Tanner. I wanted to talk to you today about my dog Sadie here. I'm going to tell you about her story, why we decided to start changing things up with her. Part of the reason was we made changes in our lives and we wanted to reciprocate those. But also part of it was our dog Sadie was needing some changes in her life to make her life a bit better too. Take a bow. Take a bow. Oh, good bow. Alright, so a little history about our dog Sadie. We actually rescued her. She looks like a little wild pup. You can see her a little bit closer. One blue eye, one brown eye. So Sadie here. I really love Sadie. She's the sweetest pup. I actually never thought I was going to have a dog. And then my wife was just like, hey, so there's this foster dog. We're going to look after her for a couple of weeks. And I was like, what? And then she came into our lives and I fell in love with her probably within the first day. Now I couldn't imagine my life without Sadie in it. And she was a great challenge and a great change within our relationship. Really let us see she's kind of almost like, I'm sure many other parents of dogs know this, that they're almost like a kid. We call her our little fur baby. So we really love her, and she's really made some good helpful changes within our life and challenges for me and Maddie to overcome. And we got her before we actually started, or before we were actually married. So it was actually a good challenge to make sure we were right together to be able to raise another being or another animal together. So now Sadie, she actually had a hurt paw. It was from a rollerblading incident, and she wasn't healing. It was her front left paw. She was, after a long walk, she would start limping or things like that. We tried doing Dasaquin and all those sorts of things, and they told us our only option really was to do physical therapy. Now, what really got it to start healing is when we switched food. So originally we were doing the normal puppy food just like everyone else, the kibble. And when we changed our food, we changed to something more natural and more real, less processed food. So we do rice, jasmine rice, and we do 4 cups of that. And this is a double batch that we usually make so we can last for at least a week to 2 weeks. So we do a double batch, and it's 4 cups of rice, jasmine rice, and then we do 3/4 of a cup of carrots, and we usually do the multicolored carrots so we get some more different nutrients in there. We do 3/4 of a cup of broccoli and of cauliflower. Now we actually blend those all up so they're small little like really smaller than bite-sized pieces. And then we cook either some organic turkey, and this is all organic, antibiotic-free kind of stuff, because that's the way we treat our bodies as well, and we want Sadie to live the longest, healthiest life possible. So we give her the same kind of food that we enjoy as well. So she has actually loved it. Before with the kibble, we had to incentivize her to eat it or hand feed her because she wouldn't actually eat it. Our incentivizations where we put coconut oil on there, and then she would possibly like it more. But even then, she still didn't eat it the same way she eats this food. So with this rice, carrot, broccoli, cauliflower, and turkey, ground turkey or ground chicken mix, we put in there. We switch it up sometimes to keep it interesting for her. So she eats that now, and we have to actually limit it. We give her a full bowl of it, her size bowl, in the morning, and then we have to actually take it away halfway through, otherwise she eats it all at once, and it can lead to her becoming way too full too quick, and she's had a couple incidents afterwards where she's thrown it back up. So we usually limit her to that to only eating half of it, and then make her wait like 10-15 minutes, and then wait, and then get the other bits of it. Now, she never really drank too much water, so we started adding water into the food, and this is a good way to get water into her food. And she still enjoys it. She still loves her food this way. And she's getting much more water now, which is perfect. On top of that, we switched her flea and tick medicine. So a lot of them are actually toxic, and they're actually chemicals, and they have a lot of warnings on those. And you can think of it just like a human skin. Those chemicals can actually absorb into your skin, and it can't be good for you. And even if it doesn't necessarily kill you, it doesn't help your body either. So what we actually went with is this natural flea and tick medicine. It's pretty much, the idea of it is it gives the dog the nutrients they need to produce their own natural flea and tick deterrent. And we take her out all the time, and we have never had any problems with ticks or fleas after using this. I'd say it's a really great product. They come in these little treats. We call them her morning treats, and she loves them. I gave one to her at the beginning of this video here. And she's literally just sitting there. She's got her eye on me right now. See, look at that. She does not give up. She usually starts, if I don't give it to her right away, she'll start stabbing me with her nose and saying like, come on, give me that treat. I want it. I want it so bad. So she's a pretty funny girl. She has a lot of personality, and we love that about her. Beyond that, we did do the beginning vaccinations, and I started doing some research into vaccinations because I know I do a lot of research into vaccinations for humans as well. We don't necessarily agree with doing vaccinations. There's actually healthier ways to prevent yourself from getting a virus or disease. As I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about, it's actually building your immune system and reducing the amount of toxins that come into your life. Because if your body has a strong immune system and you don't put toxins into your body to overburden it, then your body can actually protect yourself from diseases or viruses or anything like that. The main reason why is because all the toxins, if you have a lot of toxins in your body, that creates an acidic environment, and diseases and viruses thrive in that acidic environment. Now, whether you believe in vaccines or not, that's a whole other story. For dogs, there's actually a lot of controversy on over-vaccinating as well. So even if you're pro-vaccine and want to get all the vaccines for your dogs, at least look into some of the links I put down below, where there's actually a lot of vets who have gone to court and actually risk losing their whole license and everything because they strongly believe, and they've seen when those dogs get over-vaccinated, they start getting problems, or sometimes they instantly die, or sometimes they just get such bad problems that they're going to have to be put down within a couple years. Because, I'm sure you somewhat know what vaccines are, how they use toxins in them to actually weaken your immune system. And if you have too much toxins at a time, I'm sure you could imagine that can actually be very detrimental to your body. And there actually is something that a lot of vets don't bring up. It's called a titer test. You can do a titer test to see if there's the vaccine still within your dog and if you would need to get it anymore. A lot of the times there's over-vaccination, and the reason why is actually the vets get more money for doing the vaccination schedules, and of course there's incentive from the vaccine companies to keep those going for themselves to get money on that end. And it's really important, if you want your dog to live as long as possible, and I know many of us love our dogs so much that they're like our kids, you do anything for them. So please do the research on this. Don't just write me off as a crazy anti-vaxxer, because it's something that I've done the research into. And if you are thinking about this logically, how can poisons actually help your body? That's not the best way. It's a band-aid fix. And really the best way is to just promote long-term health with eating right and removing toxins from your life. So beyond that, Sadie, we like to take her out walking all the time. Keep up her exercise as well as ours. Let's see. Yeah, beyond that, there's not much to talk about. I'll have pictures in the video about the kind of food that we have, and you can see. Actually, something very important, when we switched foods, so she was actually very overweight as well. We had a couple of vets tell us, she's overweight, And in one of the pictures you can see during our wedding, she looks like she's much bigger than she is now, and you can tell, like, as soon as we switched these foods, not only did she start being able to eat more of it, but she actually lost that weight like instantly. And it was actually mind-blowing to think that we thought her weight was fine at that point in our wedding. And then once we switched this food, she was just like so much different. Now you can tell that she's like in a much healthier spot. And she just really enjoys that food so much more. Her paw doesn't have any problems now. It's actually healed up and my belief behind that and understanding is that since she has the nutrients now, her body was actually able to do what it's supposed to do, and since she wasn't overburdened with toxins, her body was able to focus on healing her paw instead of removing those toxins all the time. So something to think about, how you treat your dog, and that should go as well for how you're treating yourself, because how you do one thing is how you do all things. Please just give yourself your best care and your loving that you deserve, and give your dog and your children that loving and care they deserve. The more natural things are, the healthier it is for your body. The less it's processed, the less it's able to sit on a shelf for years and years or even months. Think about how long your food will last without you even touching it or refrigerating it. That food is usually not very healthy for you or doesn't have very much energy, and that's the main reason why we're eating this food, is so it can give you the nutrients and give you the energy that you need or your body needs to be able to protect you and give you everything that you want in your life. So I love my puppy dog. Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, this is Tanner, and this is my puppy dog Sadie. Shake. Other paw. Uh-oh. Sit. Shake. Oh, good girl. Take a bow. Sit. Okay, all done. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. If you have a dog, I would really recommend training it. So something that I always, before we got the dog, and actually even once we got the dog, my wife was really pushing for training. And I was like, what? We can definitely train her ourselves. We don't need to go pay someone to help us train. Like, we don't, it's pretty common sense. We just, teach her what we want her to know. But actually, it's really teaching you, the training is teaching you on how to do it. We did it with Petco, and they had a pretty good training program. Really, the instructor that was there at the time was our favorite instructor, and she was very great with Sadie. And you get to socialize your dog with other animals and things like that, so that's great. So she did the puppy training, and then she did the American Good Citizen training, and we almost went as far as to do the support dog training. So she didn't quite get there, but everyone we talked to is always like, wow, Sadie's such good. Such well trained, how did you do it? And really, we just did the basic training and kept up with it. So we personally want to keep going with the training, and there's some things that I'm sure we could have done better, but having a well-trained dog makes your life much easier, and really makes, if other people have to watch your dog, or if they come over, they are really usually impressed by it, and it makes you feel good. And I'm sure Sadie likes it too, because she can show off all her sweet tricks. Like, she has the bow, and she can roll over and do all of that. So thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day, and look down below in the post for some photos about Sadie, so you can see her in action. Thanks, guys.